What I am trying to show is that Indian Boilers Act. Yes, sir. Hope you are able to see this particular text. Am I sharing the screen? Yes, I am sharing the screen. So you are able to see the screen. Indian Boilers Act, 1923, sir. 23rd February 1923. An act to consolidate and amend the law relating to the steam boilers. Sir, this is very, very important again. And then you can see this. Let me actually remove this. Okay, done. Yeah. Short title, yeah, where short title extend commencement. This act may be called the Indian Policy Act 1923. It extends to the whole of the India except the state of Jammu and Kashmir. It shall come into the force on such date as the central government may, by notification of official effort, the official gazette appoint. Definitions, sir. Definitions is what? In the definitions, we very keen on only steam boiler, sir. We are related to only steam boiler. Parts of the steam boiler. Accident means what? Any explosion of a boiler or steam pipe or any damage to a boiler or steam pipe, which is calculated to weaken the strength thereof so as to render it liable to explode. Board means the central boiler board consumed under section 27A. What is boiler? Sir, boiler means any closed vessel exceeding 22.75 liters in capacity, which is based expressly for generating steam under pressure and includes any mounting or other fitting attached to such vessel, which is wholly or partly under pressure when it's shut off. Chief Inspector, Deputy Chief Inspector, and Inspector means respectively a person appointed by the Chief Inspector, a Deputy Chief Inspector, and under this Act. Economizer, sir, economizer means any part of the feed pipe that is wholly or partially exposed to the action of the flue gases for the purpose of recovery of wastage. Sir, in the boiler, what will happen is there will be a lot of wastage there. So there you can actually recover that heat. Feed pipe means any pipe or connected fitting wholly or partly under pressure through which feed water passes directly to a boiler and which does not form an integral part thereof. Okay. Next, owner includes any person using a boiler as agent of the owner thereof, and any person using a boiler which he has hired or obtained on loan from the owner thereof. Prescribed, not required, sir. Yeah, this is important, sir. Steam pipe, steam pipe means any pipe through which steam passes from a boiler to a prime mover or other user or both. Sir, prime mover here, you can see high pressure steam goes to the turbine. Now, the pressure at which steam passes through such pipe exceeds 3.5 kilograms per square centimeter above atmospheric pressure. See, that is one more. Such pipe exceeds 254 millimeters, mm. It should be actually more than 254 mm in internal diameter. Includes in either case any connected fitting or a steam pipe. Structural alteration, addition or removal shall not be deemed to include any renewal or replacement of a petty nature when the part or fitting used for replacement is not inferior in strength. Okay, sir. Limitation of application not required. And then if I go to the power to limit, Chief Inspector, yes, sir. Sir, this is what we want. Chief Inspector, Deputy Chief Inspector, and Inspectors. One thing, sir. Prohibition. Registration, renewal of certificate. There are, how many sections are there? We will go to the sections. Provisional orders 9, use of the boiler, grant certificate 10, revocation of certificate or the provisional order, and then you have alterations, and then you have alteration, renewal of duty of the owner at examination. Sir, this is very important. Duty of the owner at examination. On any date fixed under this act for the examination of a boiler, the owner shall be bound to afford to the inspector all reasonable facilities for the examination and all such information as may reasonably be required of him, to have the boiler properly prepared and ready for the examination in prescribed manner. In the case of an application for the registration of a boiler, to provide such drawing, specification, certificate, and other particulars as may be prescribed. If the owner fails without reasonable cause to comply with the provisions of subsection 1, the inspector shall refuse to make examination and shall report to the case to the Chief Inspector, who shall, unless sufficient cause to the contrary is shown, require the owner to file a fresh application under section 7 or 8, as the case may be, forbid him to use the boiler notwithstanding any contained in section 10. So, transfer of powers of entry, production of certificates, powers of entry, report of accidents. Yes, sir. Report of accident. If any accident occurs to a boiler or steam pipe, if any accident occurs to a boiler or steam pipe, what is steam pipe? Steam pipe should be minimum 254 mm in the pipe in which steam is flowing. The owner or person in charge therefore shall within 24 hours. So you can see this here, within 24 hours of the accident, report the same in writing to the inspector. Every such report shall contain a true description of the nature of the accident and of the injury, if any cause thereby to the boiler or to the steam pipe or to any person, and shall be insufficient detail to enable the inspector to judge of the gravity of the accident. Every person shall be bound to answer truly to the best of his knowledge and ability every question put to him in writing any inspector as to the cause, nature and extent of the accident. Appeals to the chief inspector, and then appeals to the appellate authority, and then your finality of orders, minor penalties. An owner of a boiler who refuses or without reasonable excuse neglects. Sir, somebody is able to try to talk. Sir, sorry, Ranjanji. Okay, no problem. Chalo. To surrender a provisional order as required in section 9, or to produce a certificate or provisional order when duly called upon to do so under section 15, to make over to the new owner of a boiler a certificate or provisional order as required by section 16, shall be punishable with fine which may extend to 100 rupees. Okay, he says, now penalties for illegal use. Sir, you can see, penalties for illegal use of boiler. Any owner of a boiler who, in any case in which a certificate or provisional order is required for the uses of the boiler under this act, uses the boiler either without any such certificate, sir, you can see this, without any such certificate, or order being enforced, or at a higher pressure than that allowed thereby. No, higher pressure. He is actually using the steam at higher pressure, which is more than the allowed, shall be punishable with fine which may extend up to 500 rupees, and in the case of a continuing offence, with an additional fine which may extend to 100 rupees for each day again out of the first day in regard to which he is convicted of having persisted in the offence. Other penalties, okay, penalty for tampering with register mark, limitation and previous sanction of the prosecutions, trial of offences. Sir, Central Boilers Board. Sir, this is very, 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 very important. A board to be called the Central Boilers Board shall be constituted to exercise the powers conferred by section 18. The board shall consist of the following members, namely, sir, I think you can see this, the board shall consist of the following members, namely, such number of members including the chairman. Yes, sir. Including the chairman not exceeding 15. So, less than 15. Not exceeding 15. Totally less than or equal to 15, including the chairman. As the central government may nominate in the prescribed manner to represent the government, the union territories, the railways, the coastal, the coal industry, the Indian sanitary institution, the boiler manufacturing industry, the users of boilers, and any other interests which, in the opinion of the central government, ought to be represented on the board. A senior technical officer conversant with the inspection and the examination of the boilers to be nominated by the government of each state. Sir, again, one more person is also the one more member. A senior technical officer conversant with the inspection and examination of the boilers may be nominated by the government of each state. That is also, he is also one member. Any vacancy occurring in board shall be filled as soon as may be by a nomination made by the authority by whom the member vacating office was nominated. The board shall have full power to regulate by means of bylaws or otherwise his own procedure and the conduct of all business to be transacted by it, the constitution of committees and the subcommittees of the members and the delegation to them of any of the powers and duties of the board. The powers of the board may be exercised notwithstanding any vacancy of the board. Power to make regulations, sir. Again, one more thing, board, what are the powers to make regulations? The board may, by notification in the Gazette of India, make regulations consistent with this act for all or any of the following purposes, namely for laying down the standard conditions in respect of material, design and construction which shall be required for the purpose of enabling the registration and certification of a boiler under this act, for prescribing the circumstances in which, the extent to which, and the conditions subject to which variation from the standard conditions laid down under the clause of the may be permitted, for prescribing the method of determining the maximum pressure at which the boiler may be used, for regulating the registration of boilers prescribing the fees payable thereof, and for the inspection and examination of the boilers as parts thereof, the drawing specifications, certificates, and particulars to be produced by the owner, the method of preparing the boiler for examination, the form of the inspector's report thereon, the method of marking the registration number, and the period within which such number is to be marked on the boiler. For regulating the inspection and examination of the boilers and steam pipes and prescribing forms of certificates thereof. Sir, what are all these? This comes under the power to make regulations. Under which condition they have the power to make regulations? Yes or no? E, for ensuring the safety of persons working inside the boiler. For providing any other matter which is not, in opinion of the board, a matter of merely local or state importance. Power of the central government to make rules. So again, there is one more clause here. The procedure to be followed. The central government may, by notification in official gazette, make rules to provide for the procedure to be followed in making applications under section 20A and the fees payable in respect of such applications. Any matter relating to the nominations of the members under clause A, the subsection of section 27A. So I think, power to make rules. Yeah. Penalty for breach of rules. This again power, recovery fees, exemptions. Yeah. Repeal the enactments by repealing. That means, what is repeal? Repeal means what? Let me see what is repeal. Repeal means what? Revoke or annul. That means you again go to the action of revoking and annulling a law or act of parliament. That means one, you are again trying to recall it, or revoke means you can again say फिर से उसको मतलब you actually cancel it. Repeal means you actually cancel it. That's what you are trying to do. You are actually cancelling it. Okay, let me actually. Oh, sir, done. Indian Boilers Act done. Sir, this is a very, very important act. It is done. Now let me go to MSIHC rules. Sir, these are, I am trying to take those things which are very, very crucial and which are very, very important. And see, Public Liability Insurance Act. Sir, Public Liability Insurance Act is also one thing which is continuously asked. Continuously asked in every examination, in every examination you are able to see this Public Liability Insurance Act 1981. What are these? Short title, commencement, definitions, liability to give relief in certain cases on the principle of no fault, duty of owner. Duty of owner to take out instant insurance policies, verification and publication of accident by collector, application, and then you have here application for claim for relief, award of relief, establishment of environmental relief fund, provisions as to other right to claim compensation for death, power to call for information, power to entry, power of entry and inspection, power of search and seizure, power to give directions, power to make application to courts for restraining owner from handling other substances, penalty for contravention of the subsection 1, subsection 2 of section 4 or failure to comply with the directions under the section 12. So, the penalty for failure to comply with the direction under section 9 or under section 11 or obstructing any person in discharge of his functions under section 10 and 11, offences by companies, offences by government duties, departments, cognizance of offences, power to delegate, protection of action taken in good faith, advisory committee, effect of other laws, power to make rules, and then there is a schedule. Okay, here let us go. First of all, I will try to go to this place first. Duty of owner to take out insurance policy. See, public liability insurance, right? So what are the duty of the owner to take insurance policy? That we will first see and then come back to definitions. Section 2, section 3, section 4. Sir, I am directly coming to this duty of owner to take out insurance policy. Every owner shall take out before he starts handling any hazardous substance one or more insurance policy providing for contracts of insurance whereby he is insured against liability to give relief under section 1 of section 3. Provided, what is section 1 of section 3? Yeah, section 1 of section 3. Yeah. So liability to give relief in certain cases on principle of no fault, where death or injury to any person or damage to any property has resulted from an accident, the owner shall be liable to give such relief as is specified in the schedule of for such death, injury or damage. Okay, done. And then let us go to the next one, please. Provided that any owner handling any hazardous substance immediately before the commencement of this act shall take out such insurance policy or policies as soon as may be, and in any case within a period of 1 year, sir, within a period of 1 year from such commencement, every owner shall get the insurance policy referred to in subsection 1 renewed from time to time before the expiry of a period of validity thereof, so that the insurance policies may remain in force throughout the period during which such handling is continued. No insurance policy taken out or renewed by the owner shall be for an amount less than the amount of the paid up capital of the undertaking handling any other substance and owned by the controller by that owner, owned or controlled by that owner, and more than the amount not exceeding 50 crore rupees as may be prescribed. Yes, sir. Actually, to B, the liability of the insurer under one insurance policy shall not exceed the amount specified in the terms of the contract of insurance in that policy. Every owner shall also, together with the amount of premium paid to the insurer for being credited to the relief fund established under section 7A, such further amount not exceeding the sum equivalent to the amount of the premium as well as prescribed. 2D, the insurer shall remit to the authority specified in subsection 3 of section 7A the amount received from the owner under subsection 2C for being credited to the relief fund in such manner and within such period as may be the prescribed, and where the insurer fails to remit the amount, it shall be recoverable from the insurer as arrears of land revenue of the public demand. The central government may by notification exempt from the operation of subsection 1 any owner, namely the central government, any state government, any corporation owned or controlled by the central government, any local authority. Okay, verification and publication of the accident. Yeah, verification and publication of the accident by collector. Whenever it comes to the notice of the collector that an accident has occurred at any place within his jurisdiction, he shall verify the occurrence of such accident and cause publicity to be given in such manner as he deems fit for inviting applications under subsection. Yeah, you have the claim, no? You have the insurance claim, right? So they will actually apply. So first of all, collector has to actually verify this. Application for relief. Yeah, application for claim for relief. An application for claim for relief may be made by a person who has sustained the injury, by the owner of the property to which the damage has been caused, where death has resulted from the accident, by all or any of the legal representatives of the deceased, by any agent duly authorized by such person or owner of such property, or all or any of the legal representatives of the deceased, as the case may be, provided that where all the legal representatives of the deceased means what? That one who has met with the fatality, one who is no more. This is, I have not joined any such application for relief. The application shall be made on behalf of or for the benefit of all legal representatives of the deceased, and the legal representatives who have not so joined shall be implemented as respondents to the application. Every application under subsection 1 shall be made to the collector and shall be in such form, contain such particulars, and shall be accompanied by such documents as prescribed. No application for relief shall be entertained unless it is made within 5 years of the occurrence of the accident. Oh, this again, within the 5 years of occurrence, you have to actually apply. If it is more than 5 years, it will not be given. Award of relief. Okay, what is the relief? What is the award? What is given? On the given is how, what is happening. In what day, in what form they are actually giving the claim. Successful claim, and then establishment of the environmental relief fund, provisions to the other right, claimant, power to entry. Yes, sir. This one is very important. Power of entry and inspection. Any person authorized by the central government in this behalf shall have a right to enter at all reasonable times with such assistance as he considers necessary. Any place, premises or vehicle where hazardous substance is handled for the purpose of determining whether any provisions of this act or of any rule or any other direction given under this act is being or has been compiled with, and such owner is bound to render all assistances to such person. Power to search and seizure. What is this, sir? Seizure means what? You can close. You can actually put a seal. If a person authorized by central government in this behalf has reason to believe that the handling of any hazardous substance is taking place in any place, premises or vehicle in contravention of subsection 1. That means if you don't have any permission to actually handle hazardous substance, but you are handling hazardous substance, he may enter into and search such place, premises or vehicle for such a handling of hazardous substance. Whereas, where second one is where as a result of any such under subsection 1 of any handling hazardous substance has been found in relation to which contravention of subsection 1 of the section 4 has taken place, he may seize such hazardous substance and other things which in his opinion will be useful or relevant to any proceedings under this act, provided that where it is not practicable to seize any such substance or thing, he may serve on the owner an order that the owner shall not remove, part, otherwise deal with hazardous substance and such other things except previous permission of that person. He may, if he has reason to believe that it is expedient so to do to prevent an accident, dispose of the hazardous substance seized under subsection 2. He may, if he has reason to believe that it is expedient so to do to prevent an accident, dispose of the hazardous substance seized under subsection 2 immediately in such manner as may deem fit. Power to give directions, power to make application to courts, okay. Penalty for contravention of substance, okay. This is penalties. These are little penalties we can actually go through. Offences, cognizance, power to delegate, protection against good faith, advisory committee. Sir, this is very important here. Public Liability Insurance Act, what is advisory committee? The central government may, from time to time, constitute an advisory committee on the matters relating to the insurance policy under this act. What is that? The advisory committee shall consist of 3 officers, represent the central government, two persons representing insurers, 2 persons representing owners, 2 persons amongst the experts of insurance or hazardous substances to be appointed by the central government. The chairman of the advisory committee shall be one of the members representing the central government and nominated in this behalf. So, chairman will be from this only. So, how many total? Total is how much? Total is coming to 3 plus 5, 5 plus 4, 9. So, is it total 9? Advisory committee, sir. Power to make rules. The central government may by notification make rules for carrying out the purpose of this act. Yeah, so there are certain rules here. Okay, rules are interlinked, sir. So these things are, you can actually skip because everything will not be asked or everything you don't have to actually write. See, what is schedule? Reimbursement of the medical expenses incurred up to maximum of rupees 12,500 in each case. Medical expenses. For fatal accident, the relief will be 25,000 per person in addition to the reimbursement of the medical expenses, if any, incurred on victim up to a maximum of rupees 12,500. Yeah, so these are different clauses in which we understand that how much they are being paid. So this is during its enactment. When this act was enacted, sir, Public Liability Insurance Act is enacted in the year what? 1991. So now comes the definition. Definitions are very important. We have not seen definitions as of now. An act. What is this act about? An act to provide for public liability insurance for the purpose of providing immediate relief to the persons affected by accident occurring while handling any hazardous substance and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. Short title and commencement. This act may be called the Public Liability Insurance Act 1981. It shall come into force on such date as the central government may by notification appoint. Yes. Second one. Sir, accident. What are the terms here? Accident means any. Yeah, let me actually. Accident means an accident involving a fortuitous or sudden or unintended occurrence while handling any hazardous substance. Sir, handling. Sir, you can see. While handling, something has happened. Any hazardous, it is known as accident, resulting in continuous or intermittent or repeated exposure to death of or injury to any person or damage to any property, but does not include an accident by reason only of war. See, it does not include by reason only of war or radioactivity. Collector, of course, collector. Handling, sir. What is the handling now? Handling mean in relation to any other substance means a manufacture. It means what? It means manufacture, processing, treatment, package, storage, transportation by vehicle, use, collection, destruction, conversion, offering for sale, transfer, or like of such other substance. Other substance means what? What is other substance? He is actually giving this other substance. Other substance means any substance or preparation which is defined as other substance under the EPA and exceeding such quantity as may be specified by notification central government. Of course, insurance means what? I think insurance, insurance means insurance against liability. Yes. Notification, owner. Owner means a person who owns or has control over handling any other substance. Sir, here it's very important, sir. Handling any other substance includes, in the case of the firm, any of the partners, in the case of an association, any of its members, in the case of a company, of any of the directors, managers, secretaries, or other officers who is directly in charge of and is responsible to the company for conduct of the business of the company. Prescribed is not required, any fund not required, rules, vehicle, yes. Sir, Public Liability Insurance Act. Done, sir. Yes, sir. Let me take another one now. Sir, we will take a little 2 minutes break, sir. 2 to 3 minutes break, please. I'll just drink water and come.